Baker,
Hello.
a fellow podcast host.
Yes.
I guess that's not you. What do you title yourself as?
Yeah, what do you title?
What as my?
Are you a nutritionist?
What do I do for work?
Yeah, so,
like,
so
what's your
with all
thing?
our guests, example, we had a competitive eater on last week. So it was Isaac Martin, competitive eater. Before that, we had Brandon Stark, high jumper.
Title this episode for us.
Mackenzie Baker.
So who am I?
Yeah.
Oh well, honestly, I'm a PT.
So you want me to just
Hey,
PT?
he's not running from it.
No,
that was
fucking roll
intense.
with it.
How about I run just the PT?
Yeah,
That could be
there's
title.
guys who run around being like, I'm the trainer of trainers and all this sort of shit. And
yeah,
it's like,
I've
dude,
heard
shut
the best
up.
one. Nothing
No.
beats-
Mr. Cortisol.
You're a PT.
from the belly.
Nothing beats energy alignment coach. That's
That's the gun.
Or
That's the best.
life change.
Or holistic, anything with holistic or wellness in it. You
Yeah.
go, oh, fuck.
It's annoying because
Am I allowed to swear on this, by the way?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
Go to town. I hate how holistic has. Jesus. We
Sorry,
can't
guys,
edit
just
that
that.
out.
Just
I hate how
that. Just
holistic
that.
has become this dirty word that's been tarnished by shit people though, because the idea of looking at the total picture of health should be a good thing, but I agree with you in the sense that it's just a term that's been completely bastardized.
Well, they associate it with their guru-ness.
Yes.
So all the horse shit that we see out there. But,
Or they title it into some sort of MLM that they're selling.
yeah.
Some sort of scam.
And things that they have no, like, qualifications in.
Yeah, keto's a big one.
That's such a hectic chat when you're chatting to someone and you're like, oh, so you're in a pyramid scheme. They're like, no, it's multi-level marketing. It's like, yeah.
That's a
what I
pyramid
said,
scheme, bro.
right? Did I stutter?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you one of the best pyramid schemes. One of my clients only brought this up with me the other day. Like companies like Deloitte, how you gradually work to be partner. I didn't realise how many partners that there were. Because in the end, you've got to go from a worker to a partner. You've got to bring in the money so you can get more, and then you've got to get all these people under you.
True, but I think when you buy into be like an equity partner at Deloitte, from my experience and my client's experience, I think you usually end up earning pretty good coin.
Oh,
Because I
heaps
think
of
the
money.
issue is with MLMs, it's like 90% of people lose money.
That's a good point.
It's a bit different.
But still a big scheme.
There you go.
4
Oscar
years a year.
accuses Deloitte of possibly being the biggest MLM scheme
Look,
out
a
there.
scheme.
That was just, they're not a scheme, but I like to think they're multi-level.
Alright, let's get this back on track. So, Jimmy, our mutual friend, who
Yes.
introduced me to you,
Yes.
said that you used to be a model.
Oh, yeah. How much detail do we want to go in with this?
A
Because
lot.
I could
No, we
fucking
can go
rant
into a
forever.
lot. Yeah, we can go into
Did
a lot.
they try to make you be skinny or something? Like, did
Yeah.
they try and touch
Okay,
you?
okay. Let's
Did they try and
just.
touch you up? Because I've had that happen to a mate as well.
Yeah, so pretty much. Yeah, well, okay. So pretty much in school, I was like, I used to get called Schmeagle, Twiggy, and I was in like the F's rugby team, and guys spoke, Baker, you weak cunt, and all that sort of shit. And I sucked every level. Anyway, I got scouted like just after I finished school for a modelling agency, right? And, you know, I was doing that sort of thing. And there were a few models there who were like, you have to, for fashion modelling, especially the look that I was, it's like
heroin chic.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like you go to Paris, right? Because I went to the Hermes show in Paris, and
Oh, so you were like a model.
well, I didn't do any work overseas, but I did like fashion weeks a few times and like all that sort of
Yeah,
jazz.
fuck yeah.
I did David
Angus
Jones.
and I really want to go to one of those, just to watch.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's good,
That's a good one.
but they're over so quickly, you're shocked. Anyway, so back on track. I was a super skinny guy. When I started modeling, I was just like really thin, but had no definition at all. And there were some other models that, you know, you have to be thin in terms of your circumferences of your joints and your waist and your chest and everything. But you can, if you're a bit like kind of defined, that's cool. And I was kind of like, oh, I'm going to start going to the gym, like, because I want that. And of course, I didn't get any results ever. Like, I didn't get any
What
newbie
was your
gains.
first? Oh,
I was like, yeah, it literally did nothing. And I was like, this is bullshit. Like, and it kind of frustrated me. So I kind of was like, well,
what were you doing? Just like bro splitting, or just having a girl?
look, honestly, I was going to the gym at because I lived in the city in a hotel, actually. Like, we lived in an apartment in a
Well, they
hotel.
chucked also, it was like, make me a supermodel, but just that was your living arrangements.
When I was with my parents, like,
Oh, you
living
were
at
with
home.
your parents.
We
Oh, sorry.
lived
I thought
in.
they chucked all
Yeah, it was
the
really
models in
weird.
there.
That's odd.
No, we lived in apartment in a hotel,
Okay.
basically, and it had a little hotel gym, and I used to go in 3 times a week after school. I mean, actually, that was after school. Like, well, in the afternoon when I was at uni and all that shit, I used to just like, you know, pump some guns.
Yeah.
And, you know, I never got any gains, so it kind of frustrated, pissed me off. So eventually that frustration made me be like, look into more, like, why is this not working for me? What do I need to do? And I kind of begun to love the gym. Well, not love it, but just want to do it more out of pure desperation or frustration. And then I kind of realized after a while that the modeling thing, like, I was never going to kill it. And I was never going
Why
to
was
make
this?
money.
You felt like you were just like hitting some barriers, or
Well, I was at uni and I didn't have another job, and I wasn't really earning. Like, I kind of thought about it, was like I could work in a bar or whatever, a cafe, and over time I would earn more than what I was doing with modeling, because you only get a job, like, unless you're one of those top few percents that actually like make a living off of it. You get so few jobs, and they're so few and far between, but you make a lot of money from them. So I kind of realized that, and I was like, well, even if I do kill it, in like 5 years when I'm too old to do it, like, what am I going to have left? So I was just like, and it's distracting me from uni and stuff, so I kind of knuckled down, and then, you know, training came with that, and I stopped caring about the thing, and I actually did start to put on a bit of weight, and I remember I went to a casting for a label, and I didn't get it because I didn't like fit into the clothes.
And you're like, this is good.
Well, yeah, and I was kind of like,
but the mass monster.
Honestly, keep in mind though, I'm still a stick.
What did you weigh at this time?
I was probably about 75 then.
You're like 6'1"?
I'm 6 foot, 6'0", so I'm on the shorter end of what they are. But like, I was still a stick, but for modeling and my look, that was like, I was swole, which is really weird. And if you saw me on the street, even at that point, you would have been like, dude, you're still a twig. Like, you're a twig.
So how do you get into that, like, David Gandhi, how do you say his name? Because he's
underwear model.
Oh, look, there's different, like...
So you're fashion.
So there's like the high fashion...
You're like catwalk, gaunt, that look.
Like the weird looking sort of people. Like the real kind of edgy, more edgy look. There's like the more commercial style where it's kind of like, you can be, as a male, you'd be a little bit muscly. But for the way I looked in my face, like, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, they wanted... kind of the look that I was like super duper skinny and almost sick looking.
So he was wearing like the weird ass like shit that you never see on shelves, but
like
it's like
like no one's gonna wear that in the street.
Showcasing themselves.
The stuff that trickles down and influences what people wear in the street. I guess.
And it calms down. It's like, oh, it's floral this year, and it's like over the top floral. Yeah. And then you end up wearing like a floral shirt or something.
You kind of got that Mugatu look going on, actually.
I made a really good edit of Mugatu. Have you watched Zoolander?
Look, I've watched it many years ago, but
Mugatu was Will Ferrell's character.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my god! Actually, there's like the beard.
I had a Christmas party last year. I spray painted my beard and hair white.
Yes.
And I did this sweet edit, and I made myself Mugatu because I did top 5 most fashionable players in the NBA for last year.
Yeah.
I have to show you what I've done. Probably my best work.
Yeah, Oscar's got pretty good at Photoshop. Anyway, let's get back to this modelling thing.
So, this is very interesting
any particularly like weird run-ins with like model casters or anything?
Oh, as in that? Oh, look, sometimes you'd go...
We don't want to get too hectic.
No, we can go...
Yes, we do.
I was a lie. I don't know.
Look, I never had like super duper creepy things. But I mean, sometimes you'd do a show or a shoot and the stylist would kind of be like, you know, messaging you a lot on...
And it was a dude or old or
Yeah,
lady?
It was a dude. No, dude.
Always do. You guys be like, hey, you know...
And they'd be like, oh, there's like this new label not doing their launch party tonight, like come with and stuff.
Really small.
Oh, wow. And what do you have to sort of be like, sort of play for the idea?
Well, to be honest, at the time I was a massive fuckwit. You know, I was just out of school and I was like, I thought I was king shit.
You ready to party?
I was ready to party and I was like, there's going to be hot girls there, fuck, I better go.
Yeah.
So I'd go.
And you just rock up with this dude's holding your hand.
Well,
and girls like, oh damn.
No, but it was just like you just kind of be friendly and just. Oh, it's like why not? You know?
Yeah, for
like
sure.
they're all nice.
Yeah.
Like, I never had any bad experiences with anyone, but I'm sure there's some pretty.
Hectic.
Loose.
One of my mates, who I won't go into his name, Angus knows who I'm going to talk about, and he got flown to France.
Yeah.
And then his management put it on him when he was in France. Like night 1, he's like, all right, we're gonna fuck. And my mate's like, it's like, I'm straight in that. And he's like, doesn't matter, you want this job? Like, put it on.
Oh, dude, yes.
He just flew back straight away, and he's never done it again.
I've heard stories of like guys doing that to get like with photographers to get jobs and shit. Like it's pretty. Some stuff I've heard.
Pretty
I think it's pretty. I mean, you got to understand. Like, I never killed it. I was never a big name or not even close. But you know, you interact with some people who've done overseas. You know, they've been to the whole overseas thing in Europe and stuff, and you hear some stuff, and you're like, "Fuck this." The worst part though is some of the diets that the females get put on. Like, you know,
the celery. Is this
the black coffee and half an apple thing is literally a thing still today.
What's the diet called? It's got to have a cool name.
I don't know, but the agents, right, have no idea about like anything nutrition, and they'll literally make these recommendations. Their model, like, I want you to go vegan, or I was speaking to a girl only a few months ago, And she was like, yeah, you know, like there are girls doing like half an apple and a black coffee. That's all they eat for the whole day. Like it's properly screwed up.
That gross, like, because your body will just like defense.
But you feel like
these people don't know shit about diet,
Absolutely,
mate, and they're giving these
shit.
recommendations that are just horse shit.
This is an interesting topic because obviously you're very well versed in diet, you've done a lot of study. Is there something like a healthy diet you think you could put forward to agencies and be like, this is a plan? Like we know we've got to keep these girls skinny, but here's a healthier way to do it. Absolutely. Like I would honestly love to be kind of like the go-to one day. I would love, because I've been in that industry, like I've dabbled into it and stuff, and now I'm into this. I'm like, I've always said people will choose something because they're trying to be cool or trendy over being effective.
Yes.
And they will always listen to someone who they consider an authority. And you've got young girls, young individuals who will they praise their agents. And with their agents tell them to eat half an apple today, and they want the money so bad as well.
And that's all they're eating, or is it have as much half apples as you want?
No, that's literally their day.
And then
half
as many
an apple
coffees as you want.
And black coffee. Like that's it.
Just one black coffee?
I don't look. The details, I'm not. I don't want you to quote me on any of this stuff. But basically, what you need to know is there's a few different variants I heard.
Like celery cigarettes.
It's fucked up. That's all you need to know. It's fucked up.
And then a fibrous vegetable.
And there's like no protein intake.
Yourself and dehydrate yourself.
I think that it needs to change because, like there are literally people who are ill from it, and you're dealing with teenagers in some situations.
Oh, so
and it's irresponsible.
Yeah.
And some of these young teenagers might be living in a foreign city. They've got to cover their rent, and their agency's paying for their rent, and the debt's just accumulating. The days they don't get a job.
It's like with the music industry, how like you get signed to a label and they start funding shit. The money has to come.
But
back.
you still you just dig yourself into debt. And the idea is you've got to get jobs to pay it off. And, I knew a girl who came to Sydney, right? And she actually lost money in the 3 months she was here, which is just horse shit. It's like, and there's so much pressure that if your agents tell you to, go and do that and eat that, then you're going to do it because you want the work, you need the money, and you're young and you don't know anything better. But the worst part that really pisses me off is in terms of training. They'll be like, we want you guys to train, or they'll just want to train in general because they think it's good. But they'll send them to the most horse shit trainers you've ever seen.
I've seen it, yeah. Do you follow that Into app?
I've seen it. But
they send some trainers, some of the trainers send them.
Mate, it's just fucking horseshit. And then the nutrition advice from the trainers are giving to them is even worse. It's like, why can't we send these models to someone who actually knows what they're doing, someone who's actually going to make them healthy and get them into shape?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you the reason why.
But that's a tough thing because heaps of people have like proven results with transformations and things like that, but you don't see like the sustainability of it. So I guess that's what makes it hard.
Yeah.
Oh
man, we could go on forever about this shit. It's the problem is
because it's something we haven't spoken about before, and I think as trainers and even the general public that's listening, like we all know that classic model diet,
but
it's just
people don't have
sometimes
sympathy for the skinny people either, and it's like everyone's getting shat on when it comes to nutrition advice. Skinny people, out of shape people, and I think everyone's sort of aware of all the shit that overweight people have to wade through to get their nutrition sorted out. But it's happening just like across the board. That's why I find this aspect of it particularly interesting.
Well, I think the whole thing about it's unhealthy, like. Every time there's a fashion week in Sydney, you see some article in the paper of a thin girl on the catwalk.
Yeah.
She's unhealthy. It's like maybe she's just really skinny naturally. You can't draw those conclusions.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Like, is there an objective limit to a low end BMI where you're like, nah, no one's realistically
a lot of those girls
unhealthy.
are just that thin, literally, and like they're just really like twiggy sort of nature, like it's lanky and stuff. That's fine, but I just think that the recommendations that they're giving is horrible, and I tell you why. It's because a lot of the trainers they get sent to are kind of the friends with the agents, and they're in that group, in that social circle.
Modeling themselves.
Yeah, and you look at them and they're like, they might have been an ex-model and they're now a trainer and stuff. And you look at them and you're like, damn, like that person knows their shit. And then they'll see a picture of like someone like Mike Israetel, and they'd be like, why the hell would I take advice from that guy? Like he's fucking meathead, jacked and all that shit. I don't want my models to look like that, and I don't know who they are. It doesn't matter. Who cares about his PhD?
Is particularly hectic right now with all that back hair.
Oh, he has no neck,
insane. Mate. Yeah. Can you imagine grappling with him because he does jiu-jitsu now?
Yeah.
Him and Chad Wesley Smith have got into jiu-jitsu. I don't know if you saw Chad in his last competition. He just like Kimura this guy, but just the way he did it, it was almost like he was so delicate about it. So I'm just gonna put his arm here and thread my arm through
So
like
methodical.
that. Just so textbook because the guy was
Yeah.
just completely powerless. So he like gooned the shit out
Just
of it.
weak of shit. That's
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, look, I mean, so they're not going to look at someone like Mike Isotel and think of that as a valid source of nutrition advice based purely on the fact of his presence, what he looks like, his presence on Instagram.
Yeah.
Fashion is very much about being cool, being trendy, and they'll, as I said, they'll always choose that over being effective, even if they know that better nutrition advice would come from someone with the qualifications and the knowledge of, some of the evidence-based guys, Martin McDonald, Mike Israel, any of those sort of guys. You'll always find they'll trust the Bondi fashion trainer over any of them purely because they have the look, they have the social connections. It's all about social climbing and looking cool, straight up.
Yeah.
And that needs to change. Because
Mate, maybe you're the man for the job. You see, I'm very passionate about
I am
this.
so fucking passionate about
You've
this.
got
Cheap, I am
Have your own
you're
head.
listening?
Yeah.
Get this man
And here's
a
the
fucking
thing.
job.
Here's the thing. It's always going to be the little fad diets and the little, like there's that Victoria's Secret trainer, Russell something, who has a studio in New York or something. And you look at his Instagram, he's like, he'll get, that question thing they've got, the feature on the stories.
Yeah.
He'll be like, someone will ask a question like, what's the key to losing like the last few pounds? And his answer will be like, have spirulina before bed and drink only organic coffee. It's like, this
almost
is the
satire.
thing. But people believe him because he's got the trends.
Yeah,
he's got
he's
the
got
models going
people.
to his studio.
Yeah.
They all look good. The Instagram videos are sleek and it like looks
Yeah.
done. This is the thing. The principles of nutrition, so things like energy balance, hitting a protein target, 80% whole foods, they are never going to win the battle until they are made the in thing. Now, there are guys out there like James Smith who are getting this message out and it's actually gaining traction.
Yeah, fuck James Smith. Shout out to Darren. Is that
Yeah,
James
yeah,
Smith?
yeah, Darren, mate. Like
yeah.
those guys are doing a great job, but they do not have the potential to make the basic principles of nutrition the in thing.
You're always
Now,
pushing shit uphill when you're selling a moderate approach.
yeah, because the people in the fashion field, they look at James Smith's Instagram account, they look at Martin McDonald's Instagram account, and all those guys, and they're not quote unquote cool or trendy, and they don't want to admit that. But until you've got people like, I don't know, Pip Edwards,
It's like
Pip
Elle
Edwards.
McPherson.
Yeah.
Elle McPherson
Exactly.
would have to do something.
She has sold some algae in her time.
Exactly, yeah.
100%.
Until you've got like people like Pip Edwards, the owner of PE Nation, that new athleisure label, and like all those sort of fashion people, and Victoria's Secret models, and top trainer of models, talking about things like, hey guys, just eat more
healthy.
protein and like get in calorie deficit if you want to lose weight. Until that's the case, the evidence-based principles will never win over the stupid methods and fads and fucking horseshit that makes me want to fucking headbutt a knife every day, because it's never going to win.
Yeah.
So as I said, James Smith doing a great job, but it's not going to be the answer at the end of the day.
I saw recently, because I'm a big fan of Victoria's Secret shows. Like that,
Of
when I was
course,
playing
mate.
music, that was my dream gig. I just wanted to play on one of those runways. And I remember in one of their more
That's
recent
not why you're a fan of
specials-
Victoria's Secret shows. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I know. It's the opportunities that they give out to musicians. It's just really respectable.
Yeah,
but
I respect
they made an effort because they had like a
skinny.
workout montage of them, and they're like, a lot of people think that we're just models
I
and
think
all we do
this
is
is
diet,
different
but we
than
actually like to
catwalk.
work out hard, and they was just showing them doing like
Yeah.
boxer size and shit
Bro.
like that, and
Fist
like
pumps with dumbbells.
lifting the body
Bro.
pump weights. It's like, come on.
But those girls are bigger than the textbook fashion, like high-end catwalk models, would you say?
Oh,
like
they're
healthy,
the top-
sorry, bigger. Bad term.
Look, actually, yeah, that's probably a great argument. Like in terms of like the kind of girls who would do fully clothed, because it is true. Clothes do sit nicer on thinner people, and I get why.
You just wanna walk
You've got
in
to
coat
understand
And
why.
that's my
Exactly.
excuse why I don't want to put on too much weight, everyone. So don't tell me I'm skinny.
Well, that's also the reason why I never really was fully invested in a mass phase, and while I was probably the reason why I remained a twiggy, like little skinny guy who didn't even look like he lifted. I can hardly look like I still lift now.
How long have you been trying to get big for?
Mate, this year was my first proper committed mass phase.
Oh, really? You're
because
doing well.
all in my life I've always been like, there's always been, no, I don't want to get too big, because there was the fashion thing looming in my head, and then kind of like I did have a phase where I did get quite chunky, and it was a kind of an undiagnosed eating disorder. We can go into that after.
Yeah, definitely.
But pretty much like I was
you just kind of fucked your metabolism a bit?
I kind of just like did a men's fitness ICN show, and then went.
So you competed?
Yeah, I competed.
Fuck yeah.
And I went away on a holiday and just like completely ruined my progress because I didn't know anything about nutrition or energy balance. And I came back and like was really upset with myself and kind of got myself into this binge restrict eating cycle. And I got myself kind of quite chunky. I was 90 kilos and I had way less muscle mass than I do now. And since then I've been a little bit fat phobic. That's always been playing in the back of my mind every time I've considered going on like a hardcore mass to try and gain some muscle.
Because I think that's one of the aspects of diet that's so under-discussed. Most people generally know how to eat, but I think people underestimate just like the psychological aspect of it. Like knowing how to eat is one thing, and doing it and being objective about it is a whole nother.
100%. Like in February, I was about 73.5 kilos when I did a photo shoot in February.
So it finished the cut 73 kilos.
Yeah, 73
and that's
kilos.
Shredded, like lots of muscle.
I had veins like down.
Ways.
Yeah, but I was like, I was fucking
bigger.
lean, right? Yeah. And now I'm 85. Like right now as I stand, and like the veins aren't in the abs anymore. Like they're a bit softer, and that's like ringing alarm bells in my head. But I know at the start of
abs.
Yeah, if you like logically, I'm like, well, this is what I expected. This is part of the process for the long-term goal. So now that I'm a bit more knowledgeable and logical thinking, I'm able to deal with that and just be like, you'll be able to diet soon, and like it's okay. But it's always playing in my mind.
Do you have tips for people to remain objective about their regaining the weight phase? Like things to help people with their sense of objectivity for when they would... Obviously, your mind's going to start fucking with you when you're trying to put on weight for the first time. Certain things that helped you.
So
you just got to deal with it.
Are we talking coming off a diet?
Coming off a diet.
Okay. Yeah. Coming off a diet, I think everyone needs to track their food. So if you've just done a photo shoot and you've super duper lean, or you've just finished a cut, for the first month after that, you need to track your food, and it doesn't have to be on MyFitnessPal counting macros or calories. Just simply writing a food diary, because you have no connection between fullness and hunger. Your appetite just isn't even a thing. It's just like you're never full. So if you're writing that down, you're at least aware. It makes you aware. So like I had a girl who I just coached to do a photo shoot, and she is like kind of a ditz, so she can't track. Because she wanted to eat some yummy foods, and I was like, she tried, and...
Tracking macros accurately is actually quite tedious and hard.
Oh, well, I'm a gun at it now, but...
For his eyeball stuff.
Yeah, but, she just can't get her head around MyFitnessPal, which is fine. So we did meal plan for the whole prep. It was 8-week prep, right? She did the photo shoot. She had freaking abs that, like galore, ridiculous. Anyway, coming off to it now, I was like, oh, do you want to try flexible dieting again, like with MyFitnessPal? Still can't get a head around it. So I was like, let's just write it down for the next month, because you don't know what full is. So I think that's the first thing you need to do. The second thing is I think you need to moderate the amount of tasty foods you have in your diet. So have a list of things that you want to eat after the diet. And then I suggest you kind of get through them, but then don't let yourself have too much of them, because they're so yummy, you'll just want to keep eating them. And before you know it, you've had like 5,000 calories in a day.
Or like, do you have any opinions on that? Because people act like carbs is the issue, but it's like just there's more hyper-palatable foods outside of that food.
It's yummy foods.
Yeah.
It's not anything. It's just foods that taste fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And are very calorie dense, like a low calorie per bite amount, because those things you can get down so easily. They taste so good. And when you've restricted yourself from like a lot of calories, even just plain oats is so tasty. So imagine if you're going out to Bondi and you're having like a deep fried Mars bar.
Yeah.
Like that's like phenomenal, better than sex.
Throwing
like
it down.
The best thing in the world.
Just eat that like a pelican.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Vita on last week, you could have smashed down those. It's interesting you say this. You feel like because Angus and I have never done any comp preps, never done any dieting, so to speak, in
I've
terms
been on
of
about
calorie
2 year
restriction.
dream of bulk.
Yeah. So you do feel like you can honestly eat forever, or is that just
when
like
when you were Twiggy, did you have? And when you first tried to bulk, did you have issues getting in enough food?
Fuck yeah, but now these days I could eat 6,000 calories easily every day.
But then post your diet, you feel like you could even eat more than 6,000 calories?
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, once you educate yourself, and I've done these, like, photo shoot preps and, like, a few times, now it's fine. Like, firstly, I trust myself that a mini cut for 4 weeks would get me back to super, like, leanness. because I know, like, I've done it before, I trust myself, and I know I'd be able to be compliant. So back to the original question, when you stay objective, it's trusting yourself that you have the ability to go back down to a good body fat percentage that you're happy with. And also just, the thing is, I think a lot of people fail with their goals, whatever it is, whether it be a body composition or training or just life, is because they think, I'm going to do this goal, and they start, progressing towards it, and then the little side effects start trickling into the mind, and then the thought of going back and ditching the goal. So, for example, I started this is my first proper massing phase. I started that in February under Dalton Frank. Like, I hired a coach because I was like, I want to do this fucking well. And, after Bali, because I went to Bali, I was like, I'm a bit softer now. And like, I was like, and I feel full all the time, always bloated from all the carbs. And I was like, I really want to diet. See, if you don't, people talk about
it's tough
discipline.
To take that mindset into a bulk.
Yeah, people have this, say, discipline, like on Instagram, they're like, at the gym on fucking Saturday night, fucking discipline, iron brother, bro. Like, that's not fucking discipline. Discipline is committing to a goal and sticking it out for the time frame required to achieve that goal. So when I got to that, like, phase where I was like, I'm a little bit soft now, I don't want to go through this math, I don't really care about being big anymore, like, it's just a stupid
Mind's
goal.
playing tricks on you.
Yeah, and like the thought of just maintaining even was so inviting. I was like, nah, bro, I committed to that at the start of the year. This is what I'm doing. Think of the long-term goal. You knew you were going to start to feel uncomfortable. You knew your body fat was going to get a little bit higher. You knew this was part of the process. And when you get to the end of the bulk and you diet down and you're lean again, it'll be all worth it. So just fucking cop it. Yeah. And just be logical. Like, that's another rant on the side there. Like, people are always talking about, I feel this, or I like to feel this exercise. Like, man, if people people have been trusting how they feel for ages, and that's why the population is obese, because they eat how they feel. Doing stuff how you feel is not always the best idea. You've got to look at things logically more.
Yeah. So, speaking on the general population, do you have a question regarding cutting?
No, I was going to talk about lean gains. What are your thoughts on that?
Talk about this, then we can
so obviously there's a billion factors to consider. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're eating it... Now, you don't need to be in a surplus to gain muscle, but if you want to gain optimal amounts of muscle, you want to be in a surplus. Now, the amount of food above weight maintenance calories to optimally fuel the growth of tissue is only a small amount. If you eat in surplus of that, you don't, like, anything in surplus of what you need to optimally grow tissue is just going to be stored as fat. But it's a very fine line.
Or
I can't. It's so tough. It's like, are they natty? Are they not? Like, what's their genetics? Like, how long have they been training for? Yeah. It's like, so anything beyond that to fuel the optimal growth is going to get stored as fat. But it's a very fine line, because sometimes people are like, looking to lean gain, brother, and then they bulk so like conservatively that the adaptive thermogenesis, their metabolism just like rises up and they're at weight maintenance and they don't grow as optimally as could. Plus, you can do a 4-week mini cut and you'll be lean again. So just go a little bit more aggressive and then just pull it back. Like
the smaller cycles.
Yeah. Like, and you just got to monitor and adjust. It's all about monitoring and adjust. Like under Dalton, we kind of just increased, and I was initially like, this is a bit slow, but then it kind of accumulated, and then we kept going, and then now, before you know it, I'm fatter, yes, so that weight that I've gained is a good chunk of that is fat, but I know that I've gained some tissue, and I know that if I trust myself that I went and dieted for a couple of weeks, it'd be sweet, and just go hard or go home, hit a protein target. That's pretty much it. Just starve yourself. Like, and people are like, that's terrible. You lose muscle mass. It's like, okay, it's so short in time frame that all those issues from dieting don't really have a time to kind of like happen.
What about those people that are like, I didn't get hungry at all this cut? Those assholes.
Well, do they actually get lean?
I think they just lie.
Yeah.
I think people are afraid of the whole, like you said, like starvation. Like, I'm a firm believer that you should experience the full spectrum of feeling very full at times and also very hungry. Like, much like a healthy person experiences the full spectrum of human emotions. If you meet those people that always appear to be happy, they're really fucked up. People that are afraid of being hungry at times, it's like, come on, it's fine.
Fitspo chicks on Instagram. always
and that's the
happy,
thing.
but then they break down.
That's the opposite of what I was saying with the bulk phase, where you start to get like that little bit of softness. You start a diet and you're on it for 2 weeks, and then the hunger starts to catch up, and you're like, oh fuck this, I'm just gonna. And then people fall off the wagon. It's like, no, discipline is sticking to that. You agreed to do a 4-week mini cut. Stop being soft.
Is this the kind of motivation? Is this like a consult? This is the exact chat.
I would say that to a client.
Because you're scared to bulk. Angus, I'm
not scared
trying
to
to
bulk.
tell you
I just
something.
need the motivation.
I had last week. We had the competitive eater on. He's teaching you how to eat quick.
Yeah.
And I listened. I went to Macca's this morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I was saying that to Jess, the girl who did the photo shoot prep for. She was like, 4 weeks in, she was like, I'm so hungry. The food's so shit. I'm like, you committed to that goal. You wanted it. I told you this was going to be the case. So just fucking get it done.
Just get it done.
Just get it done. Like if you didn't agree to this like level of like drasticness, and I told you were going to get hungry and you're going to be tired and you were going to hate yourself for a bit, and you said, no, that's fine, I really want to do this photo shoot. Good, you're locked in. Now you've committed. Have the discipline to see it through. Otherwise, don't commit in the first place.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to commit, that's fine. It just means it's not that important to you, that goal, and that's cool. But just be honest about it. Don't go blaming other people, or like. You just don't want it bad enough.
Do you train general sort of population as well, sort of middle-aged men and women?
Oh, yeah.
What is your... Because this
That's pretty much all I train, man.
Same as me. Something I really struggle with is, like, it's easy to make them strong, more mobile, everything, but getting them to try to commit to losing weight. And generally, if you're sort of 40 plus, you're not as handy as people our age with things like MyFitnessPal, different tracking apps. What do you do to sort of kickstart and get them interested in trying to lean up? Obviously, there's the plea for getting people healthy. So any tips?
So I think it requires a fortnight to get them of good stuff to get them on track. Now, people are always like, the slow, sustainable diet is the best way to go because then they won't get weight regain. It's like people don't have patience in the real world working with real people. They have these high expectations, and a lot of people are able to commit to something quite drastic for a short time frame. But if you give it like a long drawn out commitment, they'll just lose interest and So I'm kind of more of a fan of going let's just be like, man, let's just commit for the next 4 weeks. Or like I had a client recently and he was like, I'm going to Bali in 7 weeks, and I was like, let's just go hard for 7 weeks.
Because then you got that light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Just this
but the thing is, people will be like, oh, you're going to regain weight and stuff. Like you're just giving them a bad relation. Not if you educate them, and not if you have a plan after that. Okay, and this particular individual lost 7 kilos for a 7-week cut before Bali, and in Bali...
I bet they loved you for it.
Yeah, in Bali, he fucking loves me. In Bali, and then when they came back, not 1 kilo was regained, just because of strategies,
Well, they've seen the hard work as well. Yeah, Bali.
Exactly.
They've seen the hard work and they don't want to go back.
People need buy-in. Okay, if you can get them on a drastic diet, even for just 2 weeks, they will start to notice some kind of change happening in their body. And when they see that, they're like, right, this is working. And then they're on, because that first fortnight, that's when you're putting in all the work, you're suffering, but you haven't seen any benefit from it. You need to get someone feeling like something good is happening as soon as possible so they've got that buy-in. Because as I said, in the real world, dealing with real fucking normal people, they don't have that level of patience. And the amount of restriction they can cop is very low, so you need to just kind of do it when they're still occupied.
And when you're saying drastic, what are you meaning by that? Like you're cutting a lot of calories, or you're just revamping their whole diet, meal plans?
Well, it depends, man. So if someone's going out to dinner every single night, it's like, it'll just be like, let's just, just not go out to dinner for 4 weeks. Just 4 weeks. Can you cop that? And be like, I can do that for 4 weeks, But it all depends. Like if someone's having 20 beers on the weekend, just be like, even just cutting down to 10 is going to have a massive difference.
That's good. That's the first thing I try and do.
Water
intake.
Dude.
Just wines at lunch. Like when your clients getting wined and dined all the time, it's so tough.
It's like, it's a corporate lunch. It's like, but the thing is, you can't tell people that to not do those things. You can't tell people...
Well, I think it's seen as a bit of no, you've got to have...
Because if you do that, they'll go to some trainer who will sell them some fucking algae.
Exactly, and they'll think... Exactly, yeah. And I'm honest with them. I'm like, look, you might hear these things out there, like you can get these results if you just do this or that. But I'm telling you right now, if you want those results, this is what you got to do, and this is the reality of it. So if you're willing to cop it, then let's agree on doing it. So I always give them the option. I'm always like, can you do this? And they're like... yes, I'm like, do you agree that this is okay for you for 4 weeks? And the thing is, if they get it for 4 weeks, they'll just be like, I'm on a roll now. And they'll want to keep going.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think in terms of like, you see all these transformations out there everywhere. It's just like, if you've got it's so easy to get someone results if they are willing to do what you say. All you need to do is just fucking create a calorie deficit. Okay, like there are coaches out there being like, I am one of the best transformation coaches in the world. I'm the trainer of trainers.
Yeah.
And talking all this shit. It's like, yeah, every single one of your clients is a robot. You just tell them to put in a calorie deficit. The real good results are coming from the people that can't cop much restriction.
Dude, people who actually consistently get results with the general pop is so fucking underrated because
I know.
Totally with you there. It's like people who train trainers, they're the most easily compliant people fucking ever.
They're
like,
robots.
Physique coaches, people who are booking in comps and stuff like that. There are people who are already willing to commit. All those assholes that are charging like $200 a session. It's like anyone who's handing over that amount of money is willing to fucking change on their own.
Yeah, but
unless their salary is like
he's back to that fashion thing. Okay, if they're looking for someone to get nutrition advice for, they're gonna see the results of that robot. Like I did the nutrition for a German guy when he was in Sydney, and he amazing genetics, right? His brother's a bodybuilder, so he's already so into it, right? And all I did was just like it was so easy to get him lean. Like it was so easy, but it got amazing before and after, and it got me like business from that and people asking questions and stuff. But the thing is, like, that was easy. I could be an idiot and I could have got that guy the same results. But when you get
into a lap of the park once a week.
But when you get that guy who's like over 100 kilos, who's really stressed from work, is like high level CEO who just can't be bothered to think about anything except for work, and like when you get him 10 kilos of weight loss, the amount of skill and coaching experience that's required for that is astronomically higher. But because he's not cool or a model and the end result isn't some insanely ripped person, no one gives a fuck. So there are all these amazing coaches out there who are so good at doing their job, who get general pop clients, amazing results, but they're never going to kill it in the public's eye as well as those dipshits who just train models or like, the trainers or whatever who have those robot clients. And that's the problem. That's why I was saying the fashion thing, it's never going to be cool until you kind of connecting the dots.
Fucking taking this fucking circle.
Full circle here in the Hard Force podcast.
You guys, just sorry, if I'm ranting too much, please just tell me to shut the fuck up. Because
this is good.
Like honestly though, because I know I do that.
This is exactly the platform for that.
And you're exactly right in what you're saying. And one thing is like that CEO client you just described, it's usually his wife that's been like, look, I want you to train. He doesn't give a fuck about weight loss. Like you said, he only cares about work. And the big thing and the big battle is getting him to, because he's probably so busy, to actually think and
to even just consider.
Yeah,
so the restrictions you have to give are very few, and they have to be bang for buck. Like things that are actually going to make a difference to the result. Like, so, telling someone to have a red meat and nuts for breakfast is going to make zero difference over, say someone was like, I really like my morning eggs, and saying, no, you can't have that. You've got to have red meat and nuts for breakfast. It's like, why can't they have eggs? Yeah. How much difference is it going to make to the end result? Zero. But you've just taxed this person's willpower astronomically, and they're not going to be able to stick to your diet. So you're just an idiot who's just gone to a seminar and listened to some other yuppie fucking say that the red meat nuts breakfast is good.
Pinching asshole.
Yeah, and you're like,
and Lena Wingate from Fitness First Days. Call her out of the show. She was the kids. She was the worst.
We had some wild ones back at Wollongong FF, man.
Nah, she was a horrible person to me as a trainer.
Those people that are just like poliquined up to the tits.
Well, I used to be that. Hardcore.
But you learn.
I learned.
The trainers under 25 weren't in that era, I would say.
I agree with you.
The older trainers,
they're still like...
There's still a lot of poliquins.
Because that's the thing that shits me about the fitness industry. So many guys champion themselves off like, I survived 20 years in this industry.
Yeah. I've been doing this forever, I know.
It's just like... pull the rug out from underneath them. Oh, like, don't get me wrong, there's some people that have hung around.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But majority of older trainers,
it's because they're earning heaps of cash because there was an abundance of clients.
And their wage validates their ideas.
Yeah, they haven't had to work to build that base. They've had the same clients for 20 years.
But back to the reason why I'm so passionate about the trying to get the evidence-based principles to make them the in thing, into the fashion thing. Firstly, because I know it's not going to win the battle until it is. The second thing is because when I was doing it, I was so I wasted so much time because I would listen to bullshit. So I'll give you an example.
Give us some of the
So
shit
I remember being at the David Jones show, right? And we were backstage, and there was this one guy there who was quite a lot older. Because David Jones, they appealed to like a variety of ages and stuff. So this guy was more like the, young father sort of, but he was fucking lean, like so shredded.
And
I went up to
David
him.
Jones fashion show just ended, so this is perfect timing for this episode to come out. David, mate. So I went up to this guy and I was like, mate, what's the key? Like, what's the thing? And you know what he said to me? Green tea extract tablets.
That's a big one. That's
so
for a while.
Did you say, hey, man,
so I went and bought them.
I'll sell them to you.
So I went out and bought them. And I started taking them, and in my head I was like, this is going to get me fucking shredded. And I was like so keen on it. After 6 weeks, nothing had changed. And that fucking disappointment, because I put in the effort, I spent the money, I put in the, I restricted myself, and I just did something that was a restriction. It taxed my willpower for no fucking benefit. Another time, I had a model who was quite lean, who was a friend of mine. He's a fucking legend. Like, there's nothing against this guy. I still kind of talk to him here and there. He was a bit older than me. I remember once he was like, you got to have quinoa porridge. So I used to have oats, right? And I remember I was like, I'm going to have quinoa. So I went to the supermarket, spent like $8 on a thing of quinoa. Every single morning, I would wake up and spend like 15 minutes boiling quinoa, whereas I could have just done like the oats for 90 seconds in the microwave.
Quinoa
that cost
also
like
tastes like
30. Yes, that as well.
Grainy.
And I was like, this is what's going to get me lean. Fucking quinoa, brother. I'm like, this is the key, he said, and he's lean. That's the thing, because he looked the part, so I'm going to trust what he said. But if you gave me Mike Israel's Instagram at the time, I would have been like, that guy's a fucking meathead. Like, he's a nerd. Like, what the fuck would this guy know? That's the problem.
Back hair
Look, I love, but that's why it's not going to win, because, like, at the time, I was just like a kid, and how can we help the younger generation, like the people who are in uni, who've just finished school, the girls who look up to these fashion models and, Mimi Elashiri, these influencers and all those sort of people, they're gonna listen to what they have to say. And they're not saying the right shit.
Yeah, well, even Rogan has probably led some people astray.
Oh, him and Henry Rollins
probably
just chatting about nutrition together for like a good half an hour during that thing. It's like, no, you're both fucked.
Like the carnivore diet, like
that's heavy.
Oh my god! Apparently, there's a new one which my mum was telling me about this morning at breakfast.
Steak diet?
No, it was in the paper. It was like red meat and salt or something, and that's it. So it was kind of like the carnivore diet, but
with added sodium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like red meat salt diet. I'm like, she's like, there's this new diet. And the problem is people focus on the method rather than the principle.
Do you have trouble communicating stuff to your parents? Because we do.
Mate, my parents will never ever listen to me for any nutrition advice.
Then something comes on the 6 p.m. news and like, that's the fucking shit.
Oh man, my dad, like I used to be like to him, what happened? Like, he'd stop eating any butter one day or something. Something happened, and I'd be like, oh, you stopped like having butter or whatever or something. And he'd be like, yeah, I heard it on like Ray Hadley, and like I'd be like,
fucking Mad Dog McDougal told me.
It's just like,
talk back.
Oh, it's just like, why would you listen to that horse shit? But if I said something, I reckon if I got a PhD or something, they would still be like, fuck off.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna listen to Ray Hadley on 2GB or what it said in the paper. Like my dad would be like, "Oh, fucking the red meat and salt diet. I'm gonna do that one." Like
the red meat and salt. Imagine just trying to commit to the carnivore diet. Like that's hell. Like don't get me wrong, I love steak, but that would be very very hard.
You know what? That's another side rant. Like the keto diet.
We can get into it.
We can get into this.
So some poor soul.
Now, we know that it's horseshit, and we're not even going to go and like swing out the PubMed dick here.
So you're not going to sign up to my Prove It campaign at the end of this?
But even like telling someone that carbs are bad and like getting them to do the keto diet, because they don't know, for the rest of their life, or at least for a very long time, they're going to be demonizing carbohydrates, and they're impacting their social life until that changes.
That's it. There's the trickle-down effect as well. Because it works, but like not understanding why something works is also a little bit dangerous, I think.
Like for the rest of their life, they're going to go out to dinner with friends and be like, oh, I can't eat that. Oh, and for what reason? They think it's because like it's going to make them fat. But so if you're a coach telling someone to do keto because or any diet that really demonizes a food group, just think of the long-term impact on that person's like social enjoyment and just their attitude towards food, their relationship toward food, because you've got a high potential to really kind of fuck someone up with that.
And that's something you touched on in your story the other day that I love, because I like to shit on other coaches from time to time.
Oh, I love it.
And
I love it.
Like, other trainers will pull me aside and be like, man, like, you know, why do you want to shit on coaches? It makes other coaches feel bad. It's not about the fucking coach. It's about the person getting coached. Like, fuck any coach, like, and their ego or anything like that. I'm happy to shit on them just endlessly, because it's not about fucking coaches.
Yeah, bro.
It's about people on the fucking receiving end.
Yeah. So that's the thing, like, people have said to me before with the Instagram thing, they're like, you're such a negative prick, like, it's not bad, it's not good for business, you come off as really like, you know, like mean and rude and arrogant, like, you got the wrong approach, like, you should just be positive all the time. I'm like, okay, all this shit is all fun and games until someone is like literally like borderline suicidal because they can't lose weight and they don't know why.
Yeah, no coach has ever
it's just like
themselves because someone on Instagram made a story kind of past them.
Consider that. Like, consider that for a second. Like, this is no joke. You know, like, you can say, oh, just be positive and just do motivation posts and like make people feel good. It's like, you're not helping the situation. You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out here, we're all out here, like the good guys. We're fighting the good fight. We're trying to, and my thing is like, I'm trying to help me 3 years ago when I first started training. Or, you know, my brother now who's 17 in year 12 about to do his HSC. Like, if he didn't have me, who knows what sort of horse shit he'd be doing in the gym and like eating and stuff.
Just fucking nuts deep in green tea and quinoa, probably.
Yeah, like that. And it's just like, I look at me and I'm like, I want to help that person. I wish I had me telling Mac 3 years ago to be like, hey dude, just focus on calorie deficit, like getting strong in the gym.
Because look at the progress you made in a year. Imagine 3 more years that you could have had of that.
I know, and I said I never felt like I ever got newbie gains, Like,
well, this has probably been it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I did have a phase like where I kind of got a little bit of size on me. But look, I'm not saying I'm jacked. I'm not fucking jacked at all.
I don't know, because I've been going through this as well. Like, I've always been like, I remember when I was way in early 70s, I was like, all right, so when I get to 80, I won't be skinny anymore. Got to 80, I was like, fuck, still skinny. The other day, I went in at 85, and I'm like, 85 with abs. Am I still skinny? I was looking in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, but now I'm like, at what point do I have to fucking
You'll never be pleased.
Because back in the day at our gym, like, me and Oscar were always getting roasted by the other trainers, like, oh, he's fucking skinny.
Yeah, why would anyone listen to you?
As if it's a funny fucking joke. And it's like, I don't know if it fucked me in the head, because I'm like a little bit into myself. Like, I kind of think I'm the man on some level. But then I think that's still just like cutting me down to size a little bit. Like, at what point are you allowed to say that you're not skinny anymore? I don't know.
I think when it's blatantly obvious that you're jacked.
Yeah.
When people are like, oh, you're fucking looking good.
16-inch ups.
You know what is really interesting about this? So I actually did a podcast with Adam Rasconi, one of the most experienced trainers at Fitness First in Montague Junction. And he was saying that, like, he had a big mind shift when...
what's his Instagram handle? Because I don't know.
Rusco Man or something.
Yes,
like, he's not really big on Instagram, but he's a legend. Like, he's my neighbour. Like, we literally live across the hall.
So just yelling over the back fence.
Yeah. But, you know, he was saying that, like, people used to go up to him and be like, man, you're looking amazing right now. Like, you're so lean and jacked. And he is fucking jacked, this guy. He's got veins everywhere. Like, ridiculous. And he would be like, oh, you know, thanks, but I'm just unhappy with this, like, little bit of... like fat I've got over my hip and stuff. And then someone apparently said to him, like, hey mate, you do realise that when you say that you play yourself down how you look, so that person obviously doesn't look as good as you, so and now they're thinking in their head, they're like, if that guy's not happy with the way he looks, then how should I feel? And that's so fucking important. And that was only a few weeks ago.
Now on Instagram, because all the fitness models are doing like the real shit, and they're like, this is me looking like crap, and like it's still just dies.
Oh, fucking hell! It's like, actually, let's be honest. Like, putting filters on shit on your photos is part of the game. Like, just fucking play it. This is 2018, guys.
Oh, we've had a guy.
You gotta drop the gloves about
this and told us how to do it,
dude. Like, Instagram. Okay, yeah, you might be making yourself look a little bit better than you actually are. You might make yourself a little bit leaner. But at the end of the day, like, everyone's doing it. And, you know, this is the modern world. And if you want to be successful in anything, you kind of have to work the system. So stop whinging about it. Like, people just whinge too much.
And especially, like, if the people selling algae and ketones are going to use the filters. You can't just be here all evidence-based and unfiltered. Because like then you're giving them the advantage. You got to kind of
Yeah,
fight on the same
you got to
field.
fight the good fight, and even if it means doing something that's like a bit naughty, then just fucking do it. Because at the end of the day,
you got to get your amazing results on it yourself. Get a model on board, get one or two, and be like, look, it's not easy, and it costs 10 grand per program. And people go, oh, it's fucking must be worth it, and that's how you get people in. And then go one day, joking, it's worth free information.
I think I've worked with about 5 guys, model guys, and I've had a few guys come in who agents have sent to me. My old agents have sent to me, so 'cause I'm still in contact with them, and a lot of them don't really get on the wagon. But I've gotten results for about probably 5 fashion models in Sydney, and you know what? The agents aren't sending me anyone because I'm not the cool guy, the Bondi trainer. And they know, like some of them have admitted they're like, oh, you're going to get better results, like you're the guy to get them results. But they'll still send them to the Muppet who does boxing on North Bondi Boat Ramp, who wears the Lululemons and stuff. Because it's their mate. And they're like, they're the cool trainer. It's like, that's the thing, as I'm going back to it again, the evidence-based principles or effective dieting, effective training is never going to win until it's the in thing. Yeah. And it's not going to be the in thing until it's fashionable and cool.
This is what we do. So let's get Mac back into a deficit. We get you back to that heroin chic look. Yeah. And we get you to infiltrate the fucking industry. And we do like the modelling industry version of Icarus. We just fucking...
We dive.
We just
fuck. I just document it. That would actually be a good idea. But then what would be the way you would convince them that you get skinny, you get heroin chic, and you're just like, oh, I look like this, I look the goods, but I feel amazing because I'm eating it more than a black coffee and half an apple.
Still trying to figure out
that's the thing that like... I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to crack the code. And, you know, I was talking to Dalton the other day about it. Is like, how can we make these basics the in thing? How can we make them cool? And so many people are trying to figure it out. But, you know, I would love to just somehow crack this code because I don't know the answer to.
But the thing is, it's the social media is one thing. But then, like we were saying, it's our parents watching those shows on TV, and they're like, it's more than just what's cool. It's what the media is sort of feeding.
Yeah,
them
but
as
bro,
well.
our parents are old.
That's true.
I want to help the younger people, and they're not going to listen. They don't listen to Ray Hadley on 2GB.
Yeah, true.
They go on Instagram. They see Mimi Elashiri, fashion people, Pip
Instagram
Edwards.
is your battleground.
Like, so I don't know what's the other Insta chicks you're hanging around Bondi and all that stuff. Maddie Edwards and all those like hot cute girls, amazing. Like until those chicks,
keep posting those.
Yeah, keep posting that.
The booty shots come. Just fine-tune the captions for me, please.
Yeah, until like you see some of them being like, I'm at Orchid Street in Bondi having my green smoothie.
Skinny me tea.
Well, I think that's kind of died out a little bit. That's
really?
died down.
I see that in the green tea extract still quite a lot.
Oh, okay. I don't know, but I feel like the kind of ones who are really cool are kind of like they're doing the more Cali press sort of like that sort of thing, or
what's that?
Yeah,
it's like it's a small coffee chain where they have like these cleanse shots and like turmeric shots,
really hard.
And they're like, they're like detox cleanse.
Just making you shit lots.
Yeah.
They just stop you from eating food because you're like, have this instead of food. It's like, you create a calorie deficit. No shit, it's gonna fucking work, you moron. Yeah,
modern day.
It's for Instagram, OptiSlim for Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, until like there are girls like Mimi Elashiri and those chicks saying like, you know, just having extra vegetables today, and I've increased my protein a little bit because I want to create a calorie deficit. Until you've got them saying that shit, it's not going to stick. And it's never going to win.
They're making heaps of cash, so it would be hard from their point of view to sort of not do it. Because if someone's coming at you with 100k and they're like, you'll post 3 photos and say, drink this.
What's your price? Say we have.
But also, they don't know.
How quickly are you selling it?
Nah, fuck never, bro.
Yeah?
I don't
really?
fucking care. Never.
100 grand
and
right here.
This, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So this is the thing. When you have a good rig and you're on Instagram, you're automatically a person of influence. Okay, so Jess, this girl I was talking about, she's 20 years old, and I'm telling you guys right now, she is going to be the next Lauren Simpson, Hattie Boyle, whatever you call.
Hey,
she is genetic fucking elite.
Yeah. Like, you can put grow the vines deep in the ground and manipulate.
Genetic fucking elite, right? She's the sort of chick who goes to like Fitness First in Bondi Junction, and all of a sudden all the trainers are like following her from that gym and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, when Lauren Simpson was 20, she wasn't like that. Like Jess is probably ahead, like 5 years ahead. Like she's 5 years ahead of where those other girls were like at when they were at her stage in terms of like their physique, right? And I said to her, I was like, in a little while, you're going to be the next the it girl, right? For
Just keep
fitness.
posting those
I'm like,
after.
you have two options. She's already had fucking EHP message her.
Oh,
She's
the
already
Oxy Shred thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oxy Shred. I couldn't get through my day.
She's already had
fucking
a trainer. I don't know if we want to name this guy, but he trains a lot of these.
Please,
like,
fucking
should we really name him?
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. I don't know because I never know if these people want
Because
to
this
throw it
fucking
down, 'cause
pisses
I
me
can't
off.
Wait,
fight.
tap it up in your phone.
No, this
No,
pisses
no.
me off.
You're free to let it loose, but like that's my main fear, just getting beat up one day. But as long as you reckon we won't get
You know
thrashed
what?
in the street, let's go in.
Yeah, so this guy, this particular trainer trains a lot of like fitness models at the
Coaches,
moment. Coaches, yeah. And he had someone from his gym message Jess, be like, come and train with Y Trainer for free. And I was already like coaching her on diet, and I'm just like, you can fuck right off right now, mate. Because she's a robot, you're gonna get a good like, I'll be honest with her, getting her this result for photo shoot prep was fucking easy.
She's a machine.
She just did what I said. And not even that well, but she's just like, that's the thing. And this guy, like, she followed it probably at 70%, honestly.
Yeah.
And like a few cheeky quest bars when she shouldn't have and all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
But you know, let us like. But the thing is, like, this guy would go and get a result, and he'd be like, "See, this is why I'm the fucking best trainer in the world, brother.
yeah.
See, I get results." It's like,
Just slap some
bro,
fake bangers on a bit of a tan.
Yeah.
100% compliance.
And
Is this guy Hulk Hogan? He's saying brother.
and this guy had fucking
The Hulk
gone
Hogan of trainers.
and messaged this chick who I'm already coaching and tried to like steal her away. And I said to her, I was like, Jess, like, you're gonna be in this position of power where people are gonna listen to you, you're gonna be influencing people. You've got two options. You can either take the money or the fame or the Instagram followers, like every other fitness girl has done so far, or you can do what's right for everyone and actually try and make a difference, because people will listen to you and you can kind of have some integrity. And, you know, at the end of the day, maybe a few years after, you'll probably be better off at the end of the day. It's up to you. I said to you, you've got two options. Which one are you going to take?
The blurred pill or
Are you gonna message this EHP like guy back and be like, yeah, I want to fucking be sponsored by you. I'm gonna start promoting Oxy. I love EHP. Hashtag this. That.
Chicks live
Like,
that sort of stuff. So
Why is EHP so infuriating? Because I was asking the other day
Fucking
on my
EHP.
stories, like, is Oxy Shred some sort of fitness
It's just a
meme?
fat burner.
No, I know, but like just the way people harp on about it, because all the girls down from the Gong who are sort of doing their first fitness show now, they're all trying to hop on EHP's roster. They're like, yes, Oxy Shred in the show
Yes.
every morning. And the thing is, like, they're still so like. And then like they get the calorie deficit and they'll talk about energy balance and stuff like that, but then on top of it, it's still like, yes, Oxy Shred.
Because it's like an image. It's an image. If you're part of that, you're like, you're kind of like, it's the fashion thing again. Like if you're part of the Sydney modeling like
EHP team
crew, it's the same thing. If you're part of the EHP like fucking cult, then you're part of that gang. You're like fucking, you belong to something.
Wait,
You know,
also,
people want to belong to something.
Be real for a second. Katja Elise Henry.
Is that the chick Juju photographed?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I'm not mad at that.
She's
like
probably the
hottest
chick on the ground. I'll pull her up.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
It's pretty, dude. You're gonna be on EHP after this.
Yeah.
Ready to
They know how to pick them.
that's the thing. So I said to her, I was like, you've got two options. Are you either going to help society? Are you going to benefit society in any way? Or are you just going to be one of those sellouts
Yeah.
who promotes bullshit that you know all full well is horse shit?
Look,
Yeah.
it's something like you said, you're thinking on it hard, trying to change the game, and when you figure it out, I hope it comes one day, it will benefit everyone and trickle down, but it's not just affecting that one chick like the Jess girl you're talking about, then it's got to expand.
Yeah.
So it'll be generations. We're in an interesting phase with social media, still being so new, looking at the length of time, but I'm very curious to see if this is going to get worse as time goes on and we spend longer with social media, or if something like yourself blows up and it gets better. Because there's a lot of guys like yourself, even Angus and I, we try to sort of promote healthy eating and that sort of thing
Not really.
ourselves. But
I ate a fried chicken sandwich.
Man, as I said, until you've got those Insta chicks doing it,
yeah,
it's not going to happen. So this is the thing. I was like, Jess, you're going to potentially be that.
yeah.
Like, if you don't fuck up. Because you've got the rig and, like, you can... You know, she fucking posts a picture of her with a shitty, dirty mirror and, like, dirty clothes in the background and she gets, like, 700 likes.
People live for it.
It's like,
All dudes.
it's so easy. Yeah.
Dudes just going, sweat pick girl.
Exactly. And it's
Check your DMs.
until people of that sort of Instagram, they're cool, they're trendy, because they've got a high level of impact and influence, and it's not going to sell, it's not going to stick.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, eh?
It's pretty hectic.
What's this? Is this Wollongong?
I'm pretty sure she's.
No, this is the top of the top.
Oh, this
mate.
one?
Yeah, that one.
Mate,
Dude, it's borderline.
I have stalked before.
We all, she pops
You're only human.
top left corner of the search bar filter. You know when you click the circle, the magnifying glass?
Look, I reckon there are way better out there, TBH. Like,
but as far as
that's not necessarily to my taste, but like,
yeah, it's not my style. Yeah. But I can see why most dudes would be like, oh my god, fucking.
It's barely, she's like so on the fringe of that fitness look, it's barely even fitness anymore.
Yeah, and so her followers will be like, she promotes EHP, like that's it, I want
also,
EHP.
like 2 female followers.
I'd be curious to see if you bought a program, if it said part of the diet was you had to intake some sort of EHP.
Yeah.
The thing that really shits me about all that stuff at the moment is just like because the high-waisted banger has just gone too far to the point where it's like most of it's actually spinal erectors and not actually arse these days.
Yeah,
not her. She's obviously got a
but
huge
bro, who cares? Because
I'm not mad at it. Like
I'm not mad. See, we're not mad, but we're just like saying.
I'm a bit mad.
I'm a little bit because like it look.
I'm miffed.
Okay.
But like my other beef is with high-waisted tights in general. I think personally
that's for another podcast. We've tried to keep this for.
That's such a thing though, because
it is.
Whoever invented Gymshark, man, that guy has done a great job.
Isn't it Christian Guzman?
Supposedly it's the fastest growing business in the UK. Not my stat.
Oh no, he's Alpha Elite.
Yeah.
Gymshark, I don't know.
But like whoever, like just what they've done some cool shit, and they just they take my hat off to them. Because
you celebrate their success.
I celebrate their success because they've done a great job.
Yeah, look, we've gotten angry, we've gotten sad, and now it's time to bring this back around and get into our scripted questions. Thanks for having on a
okay. This is why I say this is good because you guys have pulled me back here because I knew I'd get aggressive.
No, we'll do this again.
Yeah, that's why our listeners love when we get on fitness guys over athletes because athletes don't get aggressive. We try to get them aggressive, but they're never.
They're always just
I can tell you why because they never had to be in this phase where they're like, I don't know why this is working. I've got to find it out. They've got nothing to be angry about because they've always just been.
Some of them will suppress their anger. Comes out post-career. 5 favourite athletes of all time.
Oh, I thought about this. And, I thought about sports and I thought about that sort of stuff. And I was like, the problem is like, okay, it's not taking anything away from a professional athlete because they have to dedicate their whole life to it. But they've always kind of been like good at whatever it is they do. So if you're a sprinter, you've always been a fast runner as a kid. To me, the real people who I look up to are the ones who were shit. And then they had to, like, kind of figure it out for themselves and, like, really kind of get nerdy about it. So, guys like John Meadows is, like, kind of a bit of that. But obviously, I mean, yeah. But if you wanted to say to me, like, who is just the pinnacle... I respect any athlete who's pretty much said nothing else in life matters, including my health, when I'm older. So like Ronnie Coleman, for example.
Yeah, they're
like,
just charging.
He just doesn't, he obviously just didn't give a fuck about anything. And that's what it takes to be the top. And that's why I respect it.
He is just wheelchaired himself.
Yeah, like who cares if you took like 5 grams of test a week? Like that's what you got to do to get that. So respect, brother. You fucking committed to it.
You would actually love Kobe Bryant's book then. Because he pretty much doesn't know his son.
Okay, yeah, and that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And if you want to know your son, then you're not going to be the best.
You're not going to be Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be a good dad or a good ball player.
Yeah. So I thought about like, athletes, because I used to surf a lot and I used to race mountain bikes and that sort of stuff. To be honest, it's not really anyone, athletes who I'm like, they're cool, I don't follow that much. But yeah, it would be like, in terms of non-fitness, like probably a guy called Jack Moyer, who is like top 5 downhill mountain bikers in the world, because I used to ride with him when I was a teenager, and he's just an awesome guy, and he's fucking killing it, and I'm happy for him. So that's pretty much it. That's the answer to that.
Jack Moyer.
Jack Moyer.
Can we get his Instagram handle?
He actually kills Instagram. Like his videos are fucking gun. So I don't know his Instagram, probably just Jack Moyer, M-O-I-R or something. But yeah, M-O-I-R. But no real athletes that I kind of look up to or anything, to be honest. Because I don't think any of them are like really that, intelligent in like the physiology and stuff. Like obviously we've had guys like Ben Pekulski who's kind of tried to be more sciencey and stuff, but it ends up just being like...
But he's not mad at a meat and nuts breakfast.
No, he's not mad at a meat and nuts breakfast, and he's not mad at like a cheeky bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, that's where I like his overall sort of mission, but he's got a couple of heartbreaking moments because I listened to his episode with Poliquin.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing. He is fucking genetic elite as well. So it's like he could probably do anything.
I just got to let Graham in.
Yeah.
And be really
I know you don't need it. It's interesting. I like when people sort of bring their personal opinions into the 5 favourite athletes, and that's why we get such different answers. So
yeah, but I honestly don't really follow.
Oh mate, you gave us a few. You discussed it, and that's all.
I discussed it.
All right. So next question. I don't know if you've listened to our show. Angus probably did prep you this. Okay. Who is a rap artist you would have rap about you, and what would they say?
Okay, he didn't. Like, I didn't know that I'd get this question, and I hadn't even thought about it. Oofed. Who would rap about me? Oh, man. Probably... Well, I like old school, firstly. I wouldn't want it to be any new school rappers.
Okay.
And someone who's just... Who would rap about me? Fuck.
I feel like for you, it needs to be someone, and they're rapping at the VS show, and they're saying, all right, everyone, leave your marketing at the door. Let's just eat healthy and be reasonable about this. That's what they say. A more aggressive tone.
Yeah, someone who's fucking aggressive. I don't know, like someone like Fiddy. Fiddy, just because he's fucking like, he's been
aggressive.
shot and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
do you watch Power?
No.
Dude, you gotta watch Power and Stan. Fiddy's show, it's intense.
Oh, see, I don't have Stan. I wanted to get it.
Monthly trial. It's sweet. You knock it over.
But then you got to give him your email, and you got to fucking confirm your email, and you go to the email. It just can't be fucked. I got Netflix as well with that.
Obviously not too big of a Fiddy fan. You got to go to see Power, but 50 is a good one. And
Yeah.
What do you agree with what I was saying? What would he say? Is there anything you want him to say when he's rapping?
It's more like his persona, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'm tough or anything. Fucking, I'm weak as shit.
Yeah.
And I still, went to a private school in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. Like, I'm by no means some gangster or something. But it's more just like the aggressiveness of just trying to get a message across.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously freaking passionate about trying to change something.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you've got a pussy trying to... Not that anyone's a pussy, but if you've got someone, like if you want someone to get that message across, you need someone who's just fucking direct.
And
Fiddy to me is like, he's like a big, like he doesn't take shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy. All right, Mackenzie Baker, plug what you've got upcoming, Instagram, everything. And again, thanks for coming on. That was a good app. I enjoy your brand. I know Angus does. So,
you'll be back.
And our listeners,
Hopefully if you'll come back.
hey, our listeners keep finding the good fight.
Yeah.
If you have an Instagram famous chick that you're a friend of and you're a listener of this show, next time she gets that offer to sell some latest fad,
Yep.
convince her otherwise.
Give her the chat.
Get her to listen to this episode.
Yeah. Send them this and just say, sweetheart, I want you to listen.
No, use the word hun. Hun?
Be condescending.
No, don't use hun. That should never be a friend again.
Honey.
So, plug everything you
Okay, so I have a website, but honestly, I just have it there because I have it. Like, it's still .wordpress. Like, I haven't even got a proper URL. So the best thing, honestly, is just Instagram. So it's at Mackenzie Baker _ Mackenzie is MACK, not MCK, MACK, ENZIE, no space, Baker _ And honestly, like, I feel like my Instagram has kind of become like my CV, or like my way of trying to communicate to people who just meet me what I'm about and what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to help in the world. Because for me, like, my job now is not just being a PT. I know I said at the start I'm a PT, but I want to take it to somewhere where it can actually make a difference. And I'm not the smartest person out there. Like, there are guys like Luke Tulloch who are just like
He's a weapon.
A weapon. All these PhD guys, Dalton, who's studying dietetics, and like, I my goal is to not be that nerd. My goal is to leverage off those guys with their knowledge, but just try and like.
You've got to keep it sexy.
Well, I'm not even that. Like, I need to try. I need to kind of get people on board with this, like, who are that, because we've obviously got smart people in that, but we don't have any influential people who are trying to push that message. We've got influential people who are very influential over trainers. So like, Mike used to tell his Instagram would probably be mostly personal trainers who follow him. But the people who I'm trying to get are like the young people who are just at uni and like starting out. And I want to help them, because when I did it, I wasted so much time with what I was doing in the gym. And I was constantly disappointed. And it was the shittest fucking feeling ever for listening to someone, doing exactly what they say and then not getting out of it. So all I want to do is just help people avoid that, because it sucks.
Nice.
So yeah.
That was a heartwarming end.
Very heartwarming end. From all the ranting, like I said, we're sad, we got angry, and we're in this place
all the
now.
emotions.
But we're going to end it here. Mac Baker, thanks for coming on, mate.
boys, fucking thank you for having me on this. Thanks.
Also, check out the Macabolic podcast.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that. Oh,
Check out the Macabolic podcast.
So, yeah.
iTunes, where else?
I have it on iTunes. That's it.
Alright, iTunes. There you go, guys. So you can find plenty more of
Macabolic
Mackenzie.
podcast.
Macabolic podcast. Alright, again, guys, hope you enjoyed episode 90. We'll see you guys next time.